Hello and welcome to our Scorpio full moon community ceremony. And what I love about doing these calls is you never know the beautiful people you're going to get to meet. Today, we have Carol and Angelina with us live, and there may be more people that join us. And Angelina is from Northeast Italy, and Carol Ann is from New Jersey, East Coast, US. So beautiful, beautiful. If you don't know me, my name is Judy Keating, and I get to work with the incredible Bonnie Salomon in an organization that we call Wise Transformation. And it is our pleasure to host these calls so that we can routinely gather with women from all over the world and gather our wisdom about us around these very special times of the new and full moon and cross quarter days on the wheel of the year, the 8 wheel points. So welcome. And at Wise Transformation, we believe that we are two women intent on rebirthing elemental magic and feminine wisdom back into everyday life. And if you like what you see here, you can go to our YouTube channel, Wise Transformation LLC, and you will see some additional recordings there from previous new and full moons, but also some new stuff is being added in, and I'll talk about one of those today. So to give you a brief agenda, we'll be here no longer than 60 minutes, and I'm going to talk to you about one of the recordings that I mentioned and an upcoming current event that you can register for with the incredible Bonnie Salomon. I'm going to call in Sacred Space. And I encourage you, if you're here live or you're listening to the recording, call in your own sacred space in your heart as I'm doing it so that you really sink into the energy of this timing and of what's right for you. We're going to talk about the timing. And we're going to gain ceremonial guidance by, I sit down and I sort of meditate with the group and I say, what questions might serve? And the questions that I'm going to give you are possible inquiries. They don't have to be ones that you use if they don't feel right to you. Just work with the elements. And I just am so happy to be here in a group of like-hearted souls at this very turbulent time. And so we're going to talk about some of that. So Bonnie Salomon has incredible wisdom about how to leave a legacy. And she has created an online course that's called Your Spectacular and Courageous Legacy. And this is probably the third version of the course. And the reason that that's important to know is that Bonnie keeps improving it and keeps improving it and keeps improving it. And this particular course takes you through the details of what you need to leave your life in correct order for those that are left when you pass. But just as importantly, she talks about building a legacy from your heart, building a legacy from your interactions, building a legacy from what you choose to be passionate about. The course does have the elements as part of it, and it is an incredible way to set yourself up to live life fully because you have prepared yourself for the eventuality of death. And those two things are not mutually exclusive. We are alive and we will die someday. But just wanted to say this course has received rave reviews. You can go to our website. It's on sale till the end of the year at a phenomenally low price. And it is something that you can work at your own pace. So I can't say enough about it. But I will choose to move on now. Yesterday, I got to do a free updating your clock training called Align to Your Time. And it really was an energy gift between Victoria Moonfire Fatula and myself. Victoria is a song siren. She is a mermaid. She is a priestess of a different lineage than Nicole Christine, but she has such deep elemental wisdom that we both did energy work to help you over the hump of the clock changing. Now, in the US, we just changed this weekend. In different parts of the world, you have already changed. And nonetheless, this energetic training will help you to find your balance amidst this very, very chaotic time. And it's free. It's on the YouTube channel. It's been posted. So I just wanted to be sure to mention it, that it is something you can avail yourself of. Sure, Carol, if you want to speak into anything, please.
I hope I'm having some background noise here. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fine. Thank you.
Okay. I just want to say I did this yesterday in real time with Judy and you and with Victoria Moonfire. It was a wonderful experience, and I will be doing it again this evening because you can keep doing it over the time frame. And it has really helped me with the many shifts going on in my life, including this one of the time change for us. So I highly recommend it. And I've recommended it to many people in my life too.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Carol.
You're welcome, Judy. Thanks for letting me speak. Okay.
Sure. Okay, so it is free and the recording takes about 50 minutes. The only thing I would say to you on this recording is please do not listen to it while you are driving or while your attention is needed elsewhere, because it does kind of put you into an altered state where you receive energetic support. So those are our promotions for this call. So let's center ourselves. So I'm going to invite you to put your feet on the floor and to take one really deep breath and let it out, and maybe let it out with a sound. So I'm going to do that. There's something about that practice that sort of just brings you really present. And I'm going to ask that the elemental forces, Earth, for her grounding, for her beauty and aesthetics all throughout the year. The fall colors here in Atlanta have just been spectacular. And I just want to acknowledge the beauty and aesthetics of our dear Earth. Water, for flow, for play, for love. Just expressing such appreciation for the element of water, for the way that it gives us sustenance, for the way it allows us to work and play. Air, the breath of life, the ability to imagine a future, the ability to bring in thoughts, new perspectives, a different focus. Air has such gifts for us, and we are so grateful. Fire, the ability to grow and transform. It's part of our aliveness, which is what fire is associated with. So our life force can grow and change and up level as we move with fire in right action for ourselves. Thank you, fire. And spirit, all that is, the divine feminine, the divine masculine, God, goddess, whatever source is in your understanding, we are so grateful for the influence that the all that is has in our life, for the ability to have spirit as a partner, for the ability to have compassion for ourselves at this very, very difficult time. There's just so much happening. I just invite compassion and spirit to be with us today. And I'm just going to leave 30 seconds here or so for you to call in whatever support you would like with the elemental forces or anything else that is valid for you. Beautiful. So there's a lot happening right now, where tomorrow is that full moon in Taurus, and it is the arch of the lunar eclipse, which I'll talk a little bit about. And it is the election day for the midterms in the US, which has a lot of energy moving. And in the US, we just set our clocks back. So all these things are swirling all at once, plus, concerns around the world about food, about home, about family, and where we're going, our future. So with all that a swirling, we want to invite you to release whatever doesn't serve you right now as part of the call. Because at a full moon time, it can be a great time to release what no longer serves you. And sometimes that is a release of an identity, the way that you used to be in the world. It isn't always just the physical things that we're letting go of. And it could be a point of view. It could be a perspective that you're letting go of. It could be a way of holding a situation. There's so many different things that you can release. So I just invite you to release with ease. It's not about more to do. It's about more letting go, not attaching. So I'm going to talk to you about Scorpio because we're still in the Scorpio sun, and then we'll talk about Taurus and the lunar eclipse. So Scorpio, which is what the sun still is a water sign, and it's all about feelings with Scorpio. I don't know about for anybody else. I know my feelings have been up, meaning I've been feeling things much more intensely. And I have a sneaking suspicion that's true for almost everyone right now. My puppy just barked, so I guess she agrees. And it's about experiencing feelings that you may not be comfortable with. Yeah, Angelina says yes. Feelings intense on whole spectrum. Oh, I feel you, Angelina. Yes, 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 yes. So it's also about intuiting what's true, despite what the outcome is, despite what's out picturing. Sometimes we can look at a situation and it doesn't feel right to us, and we don't often understand why. But in this time, hi, Jess, welcome. In this time of the Scorpio sun, all kinds of intuitions and new awarenesses can come to the surface. And it is really, really eye-opening and sometimes kind of hard with the Scorpio sun. Glad you could pop on too, Jess. And so with the Scorpio sun, we then have Taurus. Oh, I'm sorry, more about Scorpio, sorry. Scorpio dives deep. It can move into deep, dark water. Sometimes I wish that wasn't true, but it absolutely happens, whether you have Scorpio in your chart or not. This time of year brings up all the stuff, all our shadow. And they're a shaman who knows how to move in non-ordinary reality. With the nights growing longer and the shadow being more present, that's where we're moving, is in a non-ordinary reality. And once Scorpio has done their own work, they carry the medicine of helping others through dark places, such as the dark night of the soul or transitioning to death, as examples. There's not the only way, but those are a couple of ways. They can navigate on the edges, they can uncover what is hidden. And whether you have Scorpio in your chart or not, you have access to these gifts and talents at this time. Not that you don't other times, it's just your awareness can't help but be aligned with these energies. And so you're going to see the growth that has come throughout the year in these arenas for yourself at this time. Scorpio can often understand the death mysteries and can be a great hospice worker. They can deal with depression or addiction until they can do it personally, and then they can learn to channel the energy effectively and be the best support for those that are going through that journey. So those are just some scorpionic tendencies that are happening with the sun. And then when you look at the moon, it's all about enjoying the earthly realm of matter. They delight in things that look beautiful, taste delicious, feels pleasurable. It's all about feeling that body that enjoys every single thing that the earth has to offer. Good food, good wine, good luxury, good all kinds of things in that arena. And they connect in the physical realm to everything that is physical, all their senses. They're all about wealth and security and desire for possessions. And these are not absolutes. You can feel some of these traits, but it doesn't have to be all of them. And you connect to the divine through what you savor and the intimacy with your body and your senses, really delighting in the extraordinary place that we are and we're a part of. And because Taurus is earth and your body is earth, it's all about what your body can actually experience, how much pleasure, joy, savoring your human body can experience just at the vibration of appreciation and fun. So that's a little bit more about Taurus, and just a tiny bit more. Taurus is in an intimate relationship with the physical realm, whether they are in partnership or not. Anyone who has Taurus in their chart, or we're feeling into that energy of, we may want a lot of comfort right now. That comfort is Taurus, and we need that comfort because we're balancing that scorpionic deep dive, darker energy that's bringing up all of our shadow for us to work with and to bless and have compassion for, and this realm of sensual lovers of life. This is the month of Thanksgiving in the United States, and having a tremendous meal at Thanksgiving is one of the savory things that we do. But you can tap into knowing how to be in the moment and comfortable in your body. You can have a firsthand experience with everything that is pleasurable about the earthly realm. And it will comfort you if you allow yourself to really feel the pleasure of being here. Angelina, she's not going to share. She's in Italy, but she just had some dark chocolate. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That is exactly what I'm talking about. Thank you for sharing that. So appreciate you. So we're also in the experience of a lunar eclipse. And I just found this graphic right before I got on the call, and it just spoke to me about the deep, deep work that most of mass consciousness is involved in at some level, whether they're conscious or not. So I'm going to focus on Kaylin Castell's quote first, and then I'm going to say a little bit about this other quote that I have here. Ideally, any lunar eclipse is time for self-awareness of our own personal shadow. Then the alchemical nature of the eclipse, facing or seeing the fear that drives our fears and shadow side, can be transformed into the higher vibrational energy of love and acceptance of self and all life, if we choose it. Now, Kaylin Castell, you can find her at kaylincastell.com. She's an incredible shamanic astrologer, co-founder of the Shamanic Astrology Mystery School. So I want to be sure to give full credit to her for that beautiful summing up of the lunar eclipse energy. But I found this other quote, which just really touched me very deeply. It says, "Be gentle with yourself as we move through these intense energetic times. You are meeting parts of yourself you've been at war with, and you're emerging into someone new." I think that is a brilliant quote for exactly what I'm feeling, and I guess other people might be feeling about this time of death and rebirth. It really is a window for death and rebirth at this time. So beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, really, really, really beautiful. And so deep. You're right, Angelina. I appreciate. And Carol, yes, they are beautiful images and words. I just couldn't resist putting it in today. I was like, that's it. That captures it for me. Because I've been struggling with it. So I think we might all have something to say about that. So when you take the Scorpionic deep dive, darker water, you take the Taurus pleasure, sensualness, the ability to hold a vast container.
My own PRM started, mister.
Let me mute that. I apologize. There we go. All right. When you take the Scorpio and the Taurus, and then you put a lunar eclipse on top of it, this is a cauldron for profound transformation, and it isn't going to be always easy. So I really am going to invite you during this time over the next few weeks, please be extremely gentle with yourself. Give yourself more time to accomplish things. Allow yourself much more rest. With the change in light here in the US, you really want to let your body be the leader. And Taurus, there's no greater message that Taurus can give you than let your body be the leader. So hopefully you can feel into the energies as they're true for you. And just as a guide, this is a time for you to decide what you want to focus on in this Taurus full moon. And it doesn't necessarily have to be about accomplishing something, getting something done. It could be an internal emotional goal, or it could be practicing more self-care. These are just examples. Whatever is true for you. I just want to give you a couple minutes for you to make note of what are you going to focus on in this 2-week window between this very intense time that we're in and the bridge that's going to get built to the Sagittarius new moon. So what would you like assistance with? What would you like support with? What is calling to you that needs attention at this very powerful Taurus full moon time? And I'm going to put just a little bit of music on and let us all take down what is true and work with us. It wants to work with us at this time. If you figure out what it is you want to focus on, if you want to share, you can share in the chat, or you can just let me know you're finished. I want to give you another minute or so to finish. Okay. So now that you have a focus for what you want to be working on, we utilize the Elemental Forces of Creation Oracle, which was created by Lisa Michaels. And the reason that we use it is because many people in our community have the deck, but because that may not be true, I pull cards from the deck for the collective. And I do want to let you know, some people have asked, where can I get a deck? And Lisa has released an updated version of the deck. And I do want to say that the deck is available online and in a tangible way at lisa-michaels.com. So it's the same deck, but it does have new images and it's kind of updated and refreshed in that way. But it is the same. It is the same deck. So if you have your own deck, I'm going to encourage you, if you have it handy, to draw your own cards, or after the call, if you didn't get a chance to grab your deck, to draw your own cards for the full moon and the lunar eclipse. But I pull cards as a way to gather us together around a theme. And also for those people that may not have the deck available. So we always start with Earth, and Earth is the physical realm. And I pulled Honoring Cycles for the collective. I just thought that was amazing, that was what wanted to come today to be in our circle. The theme of honoring cycles. And I don't know about you ladies, but I have been exceptionally tired the last 3 days, just beyond normal. Like I really just feel like I want to sleep all the time. And I love being with you, and I will not fall asleep on the call, I promise. But yeah, just really tired. It sounds like everybody is feeling it, whatever this is, this reset button that we're hitting. Yeah, very drained. Yeah. Thanks, Jess, for adding that in. Yeah, just everybody can agree with me. I don't know what it is, but so I really wanted us to honor our body and what our body needs at this time. So for the full moon, what is your body telling you it needs at this time? Make note of that. And again, if this question doesn't serve you in this moment, I absolutely have no attachment. I'm just giving you something to work with if you want it. So I'm going to again put music on. And if you would just type in the chat, whatever you're getting, you ladies are being spectacular today. I so appreciate you. Type in what you're getting, because usually it helps everyone else. And if there's any other inquiry that you're making that you want to share about, that would be great. So I'm just going to give us a few minutes to be with Earth. What does Earth want to contribute to us at this time? Hmm. So I wanted to share a comment that Jess has. Ooh, enchantment just dropped in. This is the perfect time for that. I mean, sorceress energy, enchantment energy, you are right on it, Miss Jess. And Carol Ann, who has her own oracle, pulled organic timing. What a powerful combo. Definitely making me see the power of rebirthing I'm going through. And this one seems to be an okay one for me, and loving the enchantment. So thank you, Carol. Thank you, Jess. I got that I really want to sit in the dark and light a bunch of candles and just really hold space, because this is election time in the US, and I really want to hold the vision for our world and for our country, that just, being in the place of all possibility and imagining a future where things can really transform. Thanks, Jess. She said that sounds magical. So yeah, you're welcome. Carol says we'll be holding the space today for that also. Thank you for the candles part. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. So with much gratitude to Earth, we're going to move on to water. And Earth is where Taurus is, which is where the full moon is. And water is where Scorpio is. And this question may be an impossible one, because there may not be just three, but I pulled the regeneration card. I certainly could use some regeneration. I was grateful that water wanted to offer that to the collective. And I just wanted to, I don't know, zero in and say, what are three emotions you feel that are guiding you right now? And I think the reason that they want, I was asked to ask you that is to really look for emotional guidance at this time. With the combination of Scorpio and Taurus, our emotions and our body, the feminine axis of earth and water, is really asking us to embrace the power of this time. So if this question about the three emotions that are guiding you doesn't resonate for you, just tap into water and ask water what it wants you to know, or any other inquiry you can come up with. Beautiful. We've got a couple of responses. And Angelina, if you feel like jumping in, we would love to hear from you as well. I needed to get beyond my basic needs, and then I'll read everybody else's, because I had to admit that I'm hungry, I'm tired, and then I finally was like, and I'm grateful, because I can feel those things. And then I got that I am feeling open. Joy and celebration and love were three emotions that Jess got. Fear, love, and hope as the first three to begin with are from Carol. So Carol says that she pulled, oh, I love that you pulled from the Rose Oracle, Angelina. I'm going to read that in just a second. Carol says that regeneration and the card I pulled, relationship to others, are reinforcing the hope. Sadness has been here also, feeling ready now. Great. Thank you, Carol. Angelina says, just pulled a card from the Rose Oracle. Trust the seasons, cycles of life, embracing change, transition, and growth. Absolutely. Thank you so much. And Carol says these two cards are personal and universal for me. It is true. We're in a time of great mass consciousness and individual growth. Beautiful, ladies. Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, just beautiful. Carol says, thank you, Angelina. How beautiful. Kebella. I may be saying that first part wrong, but yes, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. So we're going to be with earth and water for the next 2 or 3 days. Really want you to be aware of that so that you can lean into it. Oh, thank you, Angelina. Thank you for sharing. Perfect. perfect pronunciation. I have to attribute the goddess of luck on that one, Angelina. There you go. Cebella is correct spelling. Wonderful. I'm learning a language today. Wonderful. Carolyn. Grazie, Angelina. Just as a fun thing, if you have not seen it, it's not necessarily all fun, but there's a great show called From Scratch that was filmed partially in Italy. Beautiful, beautiful show. Gives us a time for a good cry. I'll just say that. If it's something that would be of interest to you, I think it's on Netflix. Anyway, just feels like right in tune with what we're doing today. And I'm moving on to air, the mental realm. And I pulled the peace card and I just thought, how wonderful. We could all use a little bit of peace today. Oh, Jess, then I think it's a series. So there's like 8 episodes of it. It's called From Scratch. Yeah, it's a beautiful story, but oh yeah, good. So infusing peace today just seemed so important for the collective. That card really wanted to come. And I just sense that we're at a place where deep meditation and prayer would be essential to moving our life forward. So for you personally, what is calling for deep meditation and prayer? For you personally, what is calling for that deep meditation and prayer? Just take some time. Allow it to come through. Beautiful. Carol shares very accurate cards for me. Personal, universal, professional. Peace with vibrational attunement modalities. Thank you. You're welcome. This card deck is beautiful, and the elements are always so helpful to us. So it's okay if whatever you got in terms of what you want to work with meditation and prayer is personal. You don't want to share it. It's okay. Just want to invite that deep inner awareness of what is your truth and what would you like to be with in terms of possibly meditation and prayer, or possibly another air mental realm message or teaching. And when we work with air, we go to fire next, and fire is about transformation and action. So I want you to reflect on the intention that you started to work with. I pulled the energized card for fire. And even though I don't feel energized right now, I got the message to wait and allow myself the possibility of being energized again soon. Sometimes there's a gap where I might be judging the fact that I'm so tired and not working as fast as I want. And sometimes it's stopping me so that I can step into a more energized version when I'm fully rested. So I'll just offer that. So what action, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a big action, would be most beneficial towards your intention? Because we really want to circle back and make our intentions and our actions line up. That creates energetic integrity, and it makes us feel more powerful when what we desire and what we invite and what we act all line up. When those things occur, that's when true movement can happen. And it may just be a centimeter forward, but it isn't necessarily about something huge, but what action would be the most beneficial towards your intention, or what other action transformation message does fire have for you, question or something that you can work with so that you can move whatever your intention is into a next good space for you. I just want to say that sometimes the action is just to rest. It isn't necessarily about getting something done. An action could just be to surrendering what is. And Carol also pulled energized, and she said, I'm chuckling because I also pulled energized. Guess I can be okay with it. A bit challenging at the moment. Energizing the rest, then she added. She likes my chuckle. So yeah, it isn't, the action isn't always about in the doing realm. It could be in the being realm. I know that seems kind of foreign, but you can choose. Yes, Angelina got rest. Yeah, and body care. Beautiful examples of what I'm trying to say, Angelina. Thank you. Self-care is an action. Beautiful. So now we've got, a message from earth. We've got a message from water. We've got a message from air and a message from fire. And it is action and rest. It is both. It is not always go, 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 do, do, do. So now we turn to spirit. Oh yeah, I can really identify. Angelina continues to share her gems. Hard for me as I get frustrated if I'm tired and can't get things done. Self-judgment piece. Yeah, I really get that. Really get that. So I just invite compassion, an allowance for my favorite saying that I go back to when I go to that place is nature never hurries, yet everything gets accomplished. So yes, yes. Thank you, beautiful woman. She says, thank you, Angelina. Same here for me, Carol Ann. So moving to spirit, I pulled the co-creation card as our support for the collective. Yeah, thank you, Angelina. So co-creation for spirit. And what support is spirit sending your way? For me, spirit sent all of you today to be here. It's so great to have you here and to be encircled together. That's an example of support that spirit is sending my way. But just take a moment, close your eyes, take a little cat nap for 2 or 3 minutes. But what support is spirit sending your way? Beautiful, beautiful. Let me stop and share some of your comments with the recording. Carol Ann says, follow through on Fire Realm. She pulled the active receptive card, and Jess pulled creativity card. Well, that's a great card for you, ma'am. Beautiful, beautiful. So I do hope you see that Spirit is supporting you, and they are sending you support. Sometimes we have to slow down and get quiet to hear it. And we sometimes need to take joy in the tiny things. Ah, yes. Carol Ann says, Jess, thank you for creativity awareness here. Most definitely. Most definitely. So I know I'm a little bit over time. I don't want to keep you too long, but I do want to give you a chance to sort of pull it all together. Based on what messages you've gotten, this next part, let me just read this other chat. Yeah. Welcome, Jess says, I guess, to the creativity. Yes. I don't know the answer to this. If anyone does know the answer, you can answer, but quick question. It's not advisable to create moon water during an eclipse. Is that right? I would follow your own intuitive guidance, or you might look it up. I don't have the answer to that. I'm perfectly okay with saying, I don't know. Yes, that would make sense. I know we shouldn't recharge our crystals during an eclipse. So maybe goes for water. Yeah. Yeah. I would, this may be an odd question, but I would ask you to ask the eclipse for guidance. The eclipse will tell you, just like you would with Scorpio and Taurus, you know, because I trust your process. So let's pull it all together and just, this is about summing it up in a way that's useful for you so that you can use the time starting tomorrow. We're in the window of the Taurus full moon, but it's officially tomorrow. So we say unified field message, but it doesn't necessarily have to be putting every single thing you got into a statement. It really is about, okay, when I look at all the guidance I got, what is it I get out of this so that I know how I want to structure my Taurus full moon ceremony? Because each person is unique. And just follow your guidance. When you look at it all together, what messages do you get about what you need to do to utilize the Taurus full moon for your highest good, to align with this energy in a way that is harmonious for your soul? So Carol shared that she says, my general sense of all cards and conversation at all is that I am okay where I am at this moment. We'll go into more detail with cards later for unified field detail for messages. Key for me at moment is to energize actions of action and inaction and holding space container. Beautiful, Carol. Beautiful. Okay, so gathering it all together. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to come to a close. Thank you again for being here today, ladies, and thank you everyone listening on the recording. Doing this work is really important at this time. Being intentional, holding space, letting the energy move, all important. Yes, you're welcome. Thank you, Jess. All right, I just want to let you know that the next call will be the Sagittarius new moon. And that'll be the week of Thanksgiving here in the US, but it'll be November 21st. That's a Monday at 1 p.m. So actually 2 weeks from today, we'll have the bright, the joyful, and the very fiery energy of Sagittarius in 2 weeks. We love it if you watch the recording or come live. And thank you for being here today. Blessings to each of you in this very powerful cauldron of transformation. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being here, and many, many blessings. See you soon. Yes, love and blessings. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay. Bye now.